Welcome back to Digital Deceptions, where we expose the cracks in the system. Today, a federal judge has issued a sketching 24-page opinion against the Department of Justice, finding a disturbing pattern of profound investigative missteps in the highly political prosecution of former FBI Director James Comey. U.S. Magistrate Judge William Fitzpatrick's ruling in blistering indictment of the DOJ's action suggests the department's conduct may rise to the level of government misconduct that prejudged the grand jury proceeding against Mr. Comey. The judge's primary concern centers on how the indictment was secured. Judge Fitzpatrick ordered the extremely rare measure of forcing prosecutors to turn over all grand jury materials to Comey's defense team. This extraordinary step was deemed necessary because the judge found multiple fundamental irregularities that undermined the integrity of the case. The ruling specifically pointed to the actions by the prosecutor presenting the case, Lindsay Halligan, a Trump appointee with no prior prosecution experience, who allegedly made fundamental misstatements of the law, to the grand jury. In one example, the judge noted the prosecutor improperly implied that Comey would not have a Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination in the case if it went to trial, directly contradicting a fundamental rule of law. Beyond the grand jury intrusion errors, the judge found deeply concerning investigative lapse that suggest a disregard for constitutional process. Unauthorized access to evidence. The DOJ accessed old evidence, including communications seized years ago in a prior investigation of Comey's friend/lawyer, without obtaining a new search warrant. Judge Fitzpatrick called his cavilling attitude towards the basic tenets of the Fourth Amendment. Investigators failed to properly sift out attorney-client privileged communications from the evidence they used, allowing an agent exposed to this potentially privileged information to testify before the grand jury, a radical departure from the past DOJ practices. The judge's findings reinforced the defense team's argument that the prosecution of Comey was a charge with lying to Congress and obstruction is vindictive and driven by political animus against an opponent of the former president. The ruling suggests